Good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a great day in my life. And to everybody who had something to do with our program, stadium support, had anything to do with Grambling in 56 years, had parents who had something to do with it, I just want to thank you and tell you that this is a fine university. And we have grown a lot since 41 when I got off the train here, and I have been here since August the 30th, 1941. I don't want to look around and tell those who were here when I got here. I don't want to do a thing like that. But with all the persons who have spoken, and you talked about how we decided about the stadium support, and you won, and I'm glad you won, because when we talked, you said, some of you said, well, Eddie, maybe we ought to take our time to do it the way that we wanted and what we'll all be proud of. And one thing was they talked about having things the way we wanted. And at the time when we got the facility, we were trying to decide about other parts that we needed, and the stadium for support came up, and quite a few of them talked and said, now, if we take a little time and wait, we'll be able to get it like we want it if we wait a while. And I want you to know, when you see it, you're going to see something. We stayed up late trying to figure everything. We traveled every place to look at all of them, to the LSUs, the Michigan, the Notre Dame. They always give us permission to do that, so that's what we did. Before I tell you briefly what I want to say, I just couldn't leave Ira W.E. Jones out. I want to tell you a little something that happened during his time. We were having a year something like we're having now, and it's good that you all came, you know, to see that you all remember me for the way the record is right now. But anyway, a president would always tell you about he had to go to board meeting. He had to go to board meeting. And I think they have the board meeting on Monday morning. He leaves Sunday to go down. He would always drive, and he swore that every cow along the way, or mule, they knew him. He had traveled that so long that whenever he'd go around, they'd switch the tail and off the head, so to say, I see you going back. So when they got to this board meeting, and they had just about finished everything, they said, are we through? I said, yeah, I think we got everything. They said, well, what about Dr. Jones, you know? Say he has something he wants to talk about every time, and this was in the 60s. The kids wanted to have the name of the school changed from Louisiana Negro Novel and Industrial Institute. You know, they wanted to get a fancy name, and so, you know, prayers kind of played hard to get, and they finally got him to come up. And he told them, he said, look, Tennessee State was at Grambling Saturday night, and you asking me if I have anything to talk about. He said, if you were there Saturday night, when our poor little boys played their hearts out, and our little pep leaders, how they just sang and they cheered him on and on and on. He said, if you could have been there on that last, they had about 2 or 3 seconds, time for one more play. And if you had been there and watched our whole little pep league try to get it in before they could say, hold that line, Louisiana Negro Non-and Buster Institute, say Tennessee scored. And we lost. I just wanted him to be here, and frankly, to say, I think, other than my father, the man who brought me to Grambling had the most impact on my life, Dr. Ralph Waldo Emerson Jones. Many times as I have talked to you about the facilities and other things about Grambling, it's always been in my mind that Grambling has to be and remain always a great university. Many times I've told you that in the 56 years that I've been here, I've been one of the happiest men in Louisiana and in America. Most of the coaches know I kid the young coaches at the association, and the last time we had a chance to speak, I told them that how I feel here, and of course you know this is the best part of the state to live in, the Grambling and Ruston area. Now, if you stay here a little while, you're going to really move here, see. So that's the thing. I came years back, and I just seem like I've been here all my life, and that has really been a long time. I told the coaches at the convention that this is the greatest country in the world. And Alonzo Stagg said, football is the most rewarding profession in the world, and no man is too good to coach the American youth. And I believe that. And I don't believe, and this is saying a lot, but this is how I feel, it's no coach can out-American Eddie Robertson. I don't care where you came from, where you going, or whatever. This has been, and this is the only one I know, the greatest country in the world. And I say it without reservation because I know where I've lived and how I have lived. I have lived in Grambling since 41. I have had the trustee board, the regions, the senators and representatives. They have done everything they do in any other state in America for us to have the things to play football. Whatever we need, we have it. The appropriation to run the school, the scholarships, and that type of thing. I thought coming over here how I could just say one thing without bragging. I'm always worrying about bragging, and I want you to know this will be tested tomorrow. So I want you to know, and I know your time and whatnot, but I guess in the 56 years, in 2 years, I've known more about losing than it's been in the whole 56 years. And I have a lot of respect for coaches in our profession who have gone through what we have gone through the last 2 years. But it has been our business to recruit, because we've had the scholarships and they were there, and all you have to do is go out and recruit real hard and find you some good persons. So that's where we are. I hope that in the 56 years, you who've been here, and most of you, the senators and representatives, you weren't even on the scene when I came in 41. But when I talk to the big tiger at night, I just tell him that I hope in the 56 years that I have given almost a third of what this great state and this great game of football has given to me. And I want to tell you, without embarrassing you and maybe making myself sound like a braggart, you don't know what it means to represent you in the football world. I wanted to do something. I was at Grambling. I wanted to do something. I wanted to be something. They said, place where you can be, everybody can be somebody. And when God fixed it so that we were out front in the number of wins, and you gave us the scholarships, you give us the appropriation, you help us to run this university, and that's why I'm saying it has to.
It's all right, Coach.
It has to remain a great university. We need all the help from everywhere to keep Grambling going. And that's what it has to be. We have great students, we have great faculty, we have everything to do. We all got to join each other and keep this university a great university. They have talked so much about the stadium support. I know everybody knows what the stadium supports are, but I just thought that I would just say something about the stadium support so you'd have a good idea when you walk back, if they say something about the stadium supports, that you would really know. And I want to also say that every Robinson holds a degree from Grambling. You know, this is, I want you to know it's good enough for me, it's good enough for Mama Robinson, the juniors, the daughters, the granddaughters, grandson, and all. And I want to just say to the faculty at Grambling and the leaders how proud we are for the great work that you are doing. And I want to throw this out. The bidder is an area man, a man from Ruston who got the contract, and that is good. We feel that, I don't know who was in competition, but at least the guy's going to be able to see it if he doesn't do it right, or if he does. He's going to be able to see it, but if somebody tells me, oh, he's up to it, then tell him what they say. That's it. So now I want to get through, but I'm happy, and I'm going at a pace, because what we say at Grambling, the first to cry is the sissy. And I've been the sissy every time, you know, on situations like this. Stadium support is related to intercollegiate athletics. It will provide space to serve the home and visiting team, football players, coaches, trainers, and officials. In keeping with the NC2A directives, it will provide the space for dressing, planning, treatment care, storage for the football team. This project will benefit Grambling State University by providing the space that is not available at the present time. The project is needed to provide space for Grambling State entire team daily and the visiting team on game day. And that's tomorrow. It's now because they here, they walking the campus now. The stadium support will be needed as long as Grambling State University participates in the NC2A intercollegiate football. Whoever wrote The Ides of the King said, "The old orders change, yielding for place for new, and life changes itself in many ways, lest one good custom corrupt the whole world. Comfort thyself, what comfort in me, for I have lived my life, and that which I have done, may he within himself make pure, but thou. If thou shouldest never see my face again, pray for my soul, because most things are wrought by prayer than the whole world dream of." Thank you for being here, and thank you for having anything to do. I don't know how I could walk away from here or to some other place up there, I ain't gonna point down there, and be any happier than I am today. I think you can wait for things, you can pray for them, and I want to tell the people who are handling the schools and the state, we believe in you, and we love you. We appreciate what you're doing. We appreciate what you're doing in Louisiana, and we appreciate the fact that we can come to you. You can come to anybody in this state and ask me, because I know you can. So this is what we want to tell you. We read everything we see about you, and we want it always to be good the way it is. And thank you for being here. It's just great to have you here, and great to have all of the Grambling people. And this is a great day for me. Thank you very much.
We would like Coach Rob and Dr. Haynes to step forward for the unveiling of the rendering of the stadium support facility.
Yeah, Coach, come on this side.
I'm going to test. I'm going to test it tomorrow. It's got to be good now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the stadium support facility.
I don't believe they'd give us this much time again. You take a look at it. We got everything in it.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now for the groundbreaking. Coach Rob, we have a number of black and gold shovels that we will be using for the groundbreaking. The groundbreaking at this particular position is symbolic. As you will know, the stadium support facility will be over in that particular area where we have our practice field and so on. There's a sign over there also representing the placement of the facility. But today we're being symbolic in that we thought it was kind of muddy over there, but we're getting the same effect right here. The following people in the order that I called.
Everybody throw it at the same time. Get it, guys.
1, 2, ready, go.
Everybody?
We also like to recognize Dr. James Frank, who is here with us, Black Commissioner. And we'd like to announce that there is an exhibit in the library